Right. Apologies for the late breakdown of the round 6 fixtures, but there was a few delays and unforeseen reportings and delays there. Next season, I do have plans going forward, so things will be slightly different, so don't worry. I plan to do reports of matches as we get them. It means shorter videos sometimes, but I think more consistent reporting would be nice. So, looking at the table currently, before these fixtures are, you can see top to bottom of the league, how we're doing. Everything is relatively still up for grabs. The top of the table is up for grabs. The bottom of the table is up for grabs. And there is an interesting fight in the midfield between 5th and 6th and 3rd and 4th. So it seems every team is paired off against each other now. Let's go through the fixtures here. We'll start top to bottom of round 6, which is the Days versus the Undead Fairies. It was a very, very, very close game. And one of the games that caused the delay, as it took the span over 2 weeks to play due to timing. Oh well. It was 0-0 at half-time, and it was a very, very fought game. But the Days just about managed to come out 1-0 victors and 2-0 on Kaz afterwards, taking them, hopefully, a bit above those around them in the league going forward. The Undead Failures, again, despite now going up to 5 losses and only 1 victory, they're a good team. They are a good team. And if they choose to use the same team coming back or start afresh, I think they're definitely going to have a much improved performance. Although, with the including of extra people, we're going to be splitting the league into 2, so let's hope he bosses the Segunda division when we get there. Moving on, Mother's Love versus the Mad Cows. That was a good match, actually. I know the Mad Cows were particularly worried about playing Mother's Love so late into the season, but managed to hold their own pretty well, coming out victors there, and even not sustaining that many casualties. And when you look at the table, Mother's Love, despite being lower mid-table, have surprisingly got a lot of casualties behind them. So I think Mother's Love are going to be in a very interesting team. Yeah, they are 5th on non-updated table, but I think overall, with the level of research it goes into it, they're going to be an interesting team. The third match was the Roaring Rovers versus the Empress Eagles. It was a very, very interesting match in the sense that we saw the league's first and currently only successful interception. It was a last-minute attempt to score a 5th touchdown, and you heard that right, 5th, in the latter stages of the game. But the Empress Eagles managed to swipe it away, and I believe, if I remember right, it was Scrub Blitz that did so. But it did run out 4-1 victors for the Roaring Rovers with a 2-0 on casualties as well. But that interception is an interesting statistic. It's one we don't normally record because not many happen, and many other Blood Bowl coaches will agree. But it's an interesting stat to know, and for the team, the league's 3rd place, current only 3rd place, not bad. Not bad. The final match was the Hairy Fairies against the Warpstone Lovers. And it was a very good match for the first half. It was very well contested. And it looked like the Hairy Fairies might actually do some good, aside from their concede. However, there was some screaming fans in the side, and let's just say the coach got a little distracted and ended up losing 7-0. It was unfortunate, and it was also 4-1 on injuries. But it is how it is, and I suppose the coach will learn better next time. So let's get to you guys, the updated table. As we now see, top of the table is still both the Warpstone Lovers and the Roaring Rovers, equal on points. And as we know, going into the final round of fixtures, which I will show you guys here, it is all to play for, as they're going to be going head to head in the final round. And for those that are interested, that match is going to be televised on a live stream through YouTube. Fluff, if you could stop headbutting that monitor, that would be greatly appreciated, you little shitbag. But that's going to be a very, very good match to watch. And I know a lot of the other coaches from around the grounds are going to be wanting to watch that too. In third place, solo third place still, despite the loss, and the loss the week before, is the Empress Eagles on a solid 20 points. They're going to be playing the Daves, which are a very, very solid team in mid-table. And it's going to be interesting who's going to win that, because is the Daves going to win and be the best of the two Chaos teams battling it out, who are currently both on 18 points in 4th and 5th place? Or are the Empress Eagles going to secure themselves a perfect 3rd place? We don't know. But going into those two Chaos teams, the Mad Cows and the Daves, both on 18 points in 4th and 5th place. The only thing securing the difference is the Mad Cows have a better touchdown difference of 0, whereas the Daves have a -4. The Mad Cows are going to be playing the Hairy Fairies, which should be a interesting game to watch. I would expect a Mad Cows victory, but we have seen that the Mad Cows are prone to a few injuries, which is what the Hairy Fairies have been trying to do. So we'll see if they can do that. And the Daves are going to be securing their potential better than the Chaos, or 3rd place for the human team, as they're going against each other. The Daves versus the Empress Eagles are going to be a final fixture. Moving down past 5th place, in 6th place we have Mother's Love on 12, who is going to be playing the Undead Failures. It's going to be a good game. Two undead teams going head-to-head, both regeneration across the board. I would expect a Mother's Love victory, but we know that the Undead Failures are not afraid of the touchdown line, as they have scored more touchdowns than Mother's Love. But can they hold on to their players, considering though that Mother's Love have done a lot of casualties? So we'll see where they finish and who is going to finish above each other. And finally, the Undead Failures and the Hairy Fairies are both on 11 points at the bottom of the table, battling it out for that wooden spoon commendation. The only difference is touchdown difference, as the Undead Failures have a -9 and the Hairy Fairies have -16. The Hairy Fairies have done double the casualties, but that ain't going to do any difference if they can't score. And as they've been adequately shown, they are going to be playing the Mad Cows, which it's not looking good. And I believe if it wasn't for the concede earlier in the season, they would probably be staring down the barrel of 6 straight defeats. It is a shame, but it is how it is. Moving on to the tables for scorers, passes, and casualties, you can see leading the way, we have Neek Suns of the Warpstone Lovers on 19, followed by Best Boy of the Roaring Grovers on 16, Sascrape on 6 for the Warpstone Lovers, Swimwear of the Empress Eagles on 5, Hermes on 4, along with Slow Coach and Tenderloin for Mother's Love, Undead Failures, and Mad Cows, and the rest I will scroll and allow you guys to observe. For passing, there is not as many. We have Sizer Bowl of the Warpstone Lovers on 8, Good Boy on 7 for the Roaring Rovers, Best Boy on 4 for the Roaring Rovers, Long Bomber and Tenderloin of the Empress Eagles and Mad Cows both on 3, and Bowie, Flank, Scrub Blitzer 2, Sirloin, Slow Coach and Trip Hazard all on 1. Casualties, I will just run through the top 9, and then I will scroll and allow you guys to see, as there is getting close to 50 individual casualty causes throughout this league. It is a punchy and brutal league. Razcree of the Warpstone Lovers on 7, Bob of Mother's Love on 4, Brisket of Mad Cows on 4, Quicksack of the Warpstone Lovers on 4, Blaine of the Daves on 3, Cerberus and Hades of both of Mother's Love on 3 each, Ninesaw and Tulle Scuttle of the Warpstone Lovers both also on 3. We have then Arquette and Batista of the Daves on 2. Bear in mind, Batista is dead and cannot accrue any more this season. Best Boy of the Roaring Rovers on 2. Cannon Fodder of Mother's Love also on 2. And then I will scroll for the rest. slowly so you guys can see as we go all the way down to number 44, which is Trip Hazard, who unfortunately, when you are on the same amount of casualties, passes, scores, it is organised by name. So all the T's at the bottom. It is going to be a very, very interesting final week. Trophies are created and ready to go. We will be having that live streamed match as well as a small trophy presentation, potentially. We'll hopefully see. I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.